Welcome to the Jason Reuter Coaches Show here on the BCA Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, once again as we begin our weekly shows throughout the season for the boys and the girls as well. And today being joined by our head coach, Jason Reuter, of course. And he's brought a special guest, someone that's very special, Bearettes. And we'll let you introduce her, then we'll talk to her.
To my left here, we have Ashley Cretton. She's a four-year, going into her fourth-year senior, and a very vital part to our team. She's co-captain this year. Be her and Hannah Jones will be our two captains, and our first guest of the year, second show, and I'm glad to have her. I think it's very fitting. We have a college signee now here next to us, and I'm very proud of her and looking forward to the future. And I made a commitment this year. I'm going to enjoy each day, and looking forward to practice this afternoon.
So you're saying you didn't enjoy that before?
No, I did. No,
you're going to thoroughly enjoy it
I'm
now.
going to thoroughly enjoy it because, you know, life passes you by. Sometimes you don't stop and smell the roses.
Sure does.
And we've had a lot of success.
Yeah.
And I want you to know that that's not taken for granted. All it takes is some bad luck or some lack of talent like I have over here, or knock on wood. We've seen one girl go down with injuries this summer. So people, I think we're a little bit accustomed to winning, and we take it for granted a little bit, and maybe even myself. So
we're spoiled.
This year is I've made a commitment, and Ashley needs to remember this in practice. When I act like I'm not enjoying it, I really am.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it.
And the old saying, when he quits hollering at you, you know he's give up on you. But we know he's not going to give up on you.
I don't give up on you yet, have I?
No.
No, I know you won't. And we've watched you play, Ashley. Congratulations, I Carson Newman with Coach Mike Lynch up there. And what led you to sign with Carson Newman? A factor that really, I like this school for this reason?
Well, I mean, one of the main things that I liked was the distance. I mean, it's not too far, but it's not too close.
Far enough away.
Yeah, right. So, like, I'm not in my backyard. That's kind of, like, some colleges were kind of too close. But I really enjoyed my first visit there. The staff I love, like, they're wonderful people. I've heard a lot of good things from, like, people that my parents know I've never talked to about Carson Newman, like all good things from a lot of different people.
Well, it's a really nice little city, Jefferson City, where it's at there, and it's, like you say, it's just the other side of Knoxville, and it's close enough to be far enough away, you know, but still you're close at home if you need to be there. Coach Mincy, I was reading about him, it's in his 10th year. He's been to 3 straight NCAAs. He's only the 4th coach in 40-plus years. Pretty stable environment you're in there with those guys, so he obviously knows what he's doing, very successful there, and I think it'd be a good guy to play for, I guess. I don't personally know him. You play volleyball here at Bradley, very, very good volleyball player. Do you see that in your future at Carson Newman, or is that down the road a little ways? Or?
Well, I've talked to some people about it. I did never mind it. Like, I was going to try to play club again this spring, but then I was just like, I kind of want to jump on this opportunity. But his wife used to be the coach, the volleyball coach at Carson Newman.
Oh, okay.
And his daughter plays at Carson Newman volleyball. And I was told that there would be a possibility that, not my freshman year, but maybe after that, trying to do both. But I'd obviously have to talk to Coach Mincy about that and see how that would go down.
As a Bearette right now, we just played the first game last night. We'll talk about that in a minute. What area do you think you could do better in to improve your value to the Bearettes, and then down the road to Coach Mincy when you get to Carson Newman? So I ask you that in front of Coach Reuter here. But,
I think number one right now is communication. We talked about that a lot last night. Personally, my 3-point percentage, I'd like for it to be higher, and my goal is 40%. And then I'm left-handed. I shoot right-handed, but I'm left-handed. I want to be, like, in the paint, like, driving. I want to be comfortable with my right hand just like I am with my left.
Okay. You mentioned a good word there, communications. I sat there watching that game last night, and I didn't hear anybody out there hollering switch or I got this or whatever. And sometimes we have 2 girls chasing the ball or chasing the girl without the ball, you know, and the switch didn't get made. But that's a strong point. We had some really vocal leaders last year, I guess, and years gone by. So you and Hannah and Carson, all the guys out there on the floor, Erica, whoever it is, you know, got to talk. Of course, I'm sure you hammered that home last night, didn't you, Coach? Just a little bit, yeah. We know how you're a little bit sore. Well, Coach Minchie, I'm sure he will allow you to finish your season here at Bradley before he tries to say, okay, now I need you to start doing this type of routine or technique or whatever. I don't know what they do leading up to that, but after our season's over here, he'll probably be a lot of contact with you to do different things in, I guess.
For sure.
At Carson Newman, where do you think, what field of study would you like to be in?
My plan is exercise science.
Exercise science, which entails what? Tell us, layman, what that means you'd be trying to do down the road.
I haven't decided for sure, but it'll be either something in like physical therapy or athletic training.
Okay, well, that sounds like you know what you want to do there, but we're really proud of you. And you've made a great Bearette, and you follow the Bearette way of doing things, and that's noticeable. A lot of us here. Well, Coach was talking to both of you here again. Last night, we opened with what I have read just recently is the best girls team in Chattanooga. That's the Baylor Lady Red Raiders. We did win it 63-43. It wasn't easy. We'd go on spurts. They'd come crawling back in. They got down to 4 points, I believe, at one point, 39-35 in the second half, and then we went on another run and put the game out of reach. You had a big hoss inside. Hannah Jones stepped up with 29 points. That's by far her career high. She's sort of filling that void that Anna Mahonen left in underneath there, and she's getting that bucket in basketball in there low to her. She can usually do something or draw a foul or score or both. So your comments about last night's game. What'd you tell Joe Cannon there for the newspaper? We can read it.
Well, I don't. Joe probably was in a hurry to get back, and I appreciate him coming down. So he caught me, 22 seconds after the horn goes off, and so I don't recall. I'm sure it was something.
Now you've had time to think about it and tell us how you feel.
Yeah, I didn't even have a stat sheet in my hand, but look, I heard coaches say I got to go back and watch the film. There's things you got to watch, like certain, but I don't usually have to watch a film to know what we did well and what we did bad. Now I can't tell you everybody's exact stat line,
Right.
But it always amazed me when coaches say I got to go watch the film. So I watched the film, but I can tell you, well, we didn't communicate enough, and it's refreshing to see a young lady to regurgitate what her coach is telling her. Mm-hmm. Some people are losing and they don't know why they're losing.
Yeah, it sunk into her though.
I have figured out,
in a winning
winners win and they know why they win. Most of the time, losers lose and they don't really know why they lose.
You're right.
They don't ever figure it out. And that sounds easy, like, wow, isn't that some magic dust? That's not magic dust. If you're losing, there's a reason. Mm-hmm. It could be multiple reasons. If we'd have lost last night, which was a bad luck, or we didn't make a run, like you said, the game, it was a 20-point game, but it didn't feel like 20 points.
No, it didn't.
But that's what the final score was. And so what I'm saying is, if we had lost, I could have told you exactly why we lost. We didn't communicate well enough on defense. We didn't switch. We had two girls guarding one. They didn't score a tremendous amount of points, 43, but we should have held them in the 30s. 63 points for us. I'm okay with that. We won't average 63 this year. I doubt it. Hannah Jones put us offensively. She put us on her back and scored 29 points. Mm-hmm. Ashlyn over here. She didn't shoot the ball great. She was 2 for 8, but she didn't take any bad shots. But here's a big number. She had 10 rebounds. 6 are offensive rebounds.
Yeah, she's a leaper. Girls. I'm telling you, you can leap.
Yes, and she right during that run that we put the game away right when Ashlyn went in and got a couple rebounds, and either she put it back or she shot it up, and she gave us another shot at it, and Hannah Jones got it and cleaned it up for us. So, last night, it is what it is. That game's over. They'll tell you that we don't dwell on the past, learn from your past. That game has nothing to do with the Farragut team, who's a much better team, coming in here tomorrow night. Farragut is down a starter, unless she's been healed. She was in a boot up in Lebanon.
I believe she's going to leave.
No, the girl I'm talking about is going to Carson Newman also.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember her name. What's her name?
Keely Rogers.
Keely what?
Keely Rogers.
Keely Rogers.
She won't be back till like January.
She's hurt her ankle pretty severely, and Coach Jason Mayfield at Farragut's a friend of mine, and he told me that she'd hurt her ankle. He just didn't know exactly how long. So, but regardless, we're going to have to play better defense and communicate better. And we had 10 turnovers in the first half. Here's what winners know. You got 10 turnovers in the first half. You're up 8. We have 3 in the second half, and we win by 20. So we didn't turn the ball over in the second half. Hannah Jones had probably the best, like you said, career high, 12 of 18 shooting. She started making some of her chip shots, which we know she can. And then Ashlyn did a great job with Sloan Carpenter in foul trouble. Sloan basically didn't play the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
She had 4 fouls. I had her back there. I was ready to put her in at any moment, but this is no reflection on Sloan, but I got my starting point guard with 4 fouls. Ashlyn switched over to the point, and our lead slowly increased, and that's just the way we ended the game. So that's just one sampling. You know, people are quick to judge. Would you like to be judged on one sampling? Like Sloan Carpenter being out of the game is not good for us.
No.
We may have increased the lead in that game, but Baylor ran out of gas. I don't know, do you remember? He took out about 3 or 4 starters at once and set them for longer than I thought he would. They were physically wore out. And that is where the off-season training, the off-season conditioning, and I'm going to give this girl kudos over here to tell you what kind of athlete she is. She didn't get a lot of, she was playing volleyball, and then she didn't get a lot of, she came back and lifted 6, 7 times in season starts. All right, she didn't get a lot of basket, 2 different sports. There's not a lot of this in volleyball.
Right.
So she is a natural athlete, and she's still not in, she'll get in better shape. She'll be in better shape in a month than now she is right now. But I didn't know Baylor's the #1 team in Chattanooga. I don't know where you read this. Is this on Twitter or?
No, it's out. It was Stephen Hargis doing
Stephen
a recap
Hargis?
of girls'
Is it?
teams in the area.
Today's paper or last couple
No, it was
days
over
ago?
the weekend when I
Okay.
saw it.
No, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. We don't play in the same division. We're not chasing the same gold ball, so I'll let the experts pick that. But I just know we got a big game Thursday, and I know you're going to ask me about a big game on Monday. But fire away, Gary.
I may not ask you about that game on Monday, but anyway, I want to go back to Ashlyn here a moment. I didn't realize you had 10 rebounds last night, but you're probably the best jumper on the team. I mean, I guess volleyball helps you out there, but you also had 4 assists and 3 steals last night. I mean, you feel the stat line up pretty strong there. Didn't shoot as well as you can, of course, but 4 at the free throw line.
And 1 turnover.
And just 1 turnover. You handled the ball a lot last night, so kudos for that right there.
There's a plus-minus sign on the side here. You see that
Yes,
plus-minus?
yes, I do.
All right. That means when you're on the floor, what did our team do?
Yep.
Once again, that is one sampling. We won by 20. What did we do when Ashlyn was on the floor?
We increased our lead by 20.
Yeah. Nobody else closest after that was Hannah Jones with 18. So
Yep.
good night for Ashlyn Crittenden and the Bearettes. We just got to improve. And I was talking to a friend this morning. He wanted to know, well, how do you think the game? He wasn't even there. Saw you won by 20. Must have had a good game. I said, we can play a lot better. We can play a lot better. But they know that I'm looking for perfection, knowing I'll never what?
Hit it.
Never get it.
Right.
We're never going to get perfection.
No.
But if we can get close, we're going to win a lot of games.
But you got to strive for it,
Yeah.
always there. Well, Coach, you're going into your 12th year. Has coaching changed a lot since when you first started as the Bearett head coach until now? I mean, is there a difference or?
This is my 29th year of coaching, so
12th as head coach.
12th as head coach, but I can answer that. When I think about my coaching career, I think the whole 29.
Yeah.
I just happened to be the head coach.
All right, let's ask
12.
you that question then. Has
Yeah,
it changed since then?
Some. Here's the big right here.
Yeah.
I asked the girls last night, don't get in the car and listen. I don't want to get too particular here with you, but there's a lot of outside noise. If you listen to the outside noise, it'll bring you down.
Yeah, that's all it is. Noise.
Okay, outside noise. Sometimes people that love you the most will, why did he take you out? Why did he put so-and-so in? Why did he quit pressing? Why did he do this? What did he say to you? They love their kids. Fans too, grandmas, parents. Look, I've been a parent. I had a daughter play college basketball. It's not easy to watch. We all want our kids to do well. So if this team right here will just listen to their coaches and play hard and not be selfish, and you've heard me say it before, worry about the name here and not here. Mm-hmm. Now, this is all going back to the question you asked me, has it changed? That was going on back in 1980s when I was playing high school basketball. Yeah, I bet it was going on in the 70s. I bet it was going on in the 60s. But what we have now is now instant right here. Mm-hmm. And we have a lot of, everybody wants to live this perfect world on social media, and ain't many people taking pictures of their unkept bedroom and putting it on Twitter
Or losing scoreboard.
yeah, or losing scoreboard. So we got this. Everybody, I've read stats for these young kids. They value their own self-value on how many likes they get.
Yeah.
And when they get our age, they get your age, they may not even, they don't care what people say. But when you get my age, you won't care how many likes you get. I don't care what I've got, what shirt I'm wearing or what shoes I've got on.
I agree
But
with
right
you.
now, it's a big deal to them.
Yeah.
So that's what changed.
Yeah.
Is, well, she's over there shining. I'm not shining. I only played 2 minutes. Coach put in a freshman over me.
Mm-hmm.
Coach played the junior over me. I'm a sophomore. Other way around. Played a sophomore
Right.
over. It is what it is. I've got big shoulders. I can take it. I sound like I'm on a rant here. My rant is, we got people. Everybody's opinions
coach.
are like axles. Everybody's got one on a car, and you know what? That's the difference. Is now it's in your face, where before it was just maybe just in your car, just your living room.
Right.
Now it's everywhere.
Well, but on the other side, on the positive side of electronics, now you can sit at home at night. You can immediately watch your game film. You can see your opponent's upcoming opponent's film. I mean, it's helping in a lot of ways there. And I know it's helping college coaches who are scouting, recruiting, stuff like that. But it's
put more. I've already got one film on Farragut. I'm expecting to get another film tonight. I mean, tomorrow. I'm sorry, not tomorrow night. We play on tomorrow night. I've got one film on Farragut. They don't play until they play us. Yes, I'll have 2 films on McMinn Central. It's
which
actually,
we play Monday night, by the way, here. at
play
Reuter.
Monday. A very proud program who's maybe the best team they've had in 10 years with a legendary coach, a friend of mine. So
Johnny Morgan.
Technology may have put more work on us.
I believe it has, because you've told me you go home at night, like in your state tournament, you sit up all night long watching video of this team because you've not seen them all year. Well, now it's at your fingertips.
And I got 6 films. I can't watch and digest the whole 6 films, but a lot of times you'll have more. I've learned get you a couple films. For example, Knox Catholic's played McMinn Central last night. Well, Knox Catholic runs a 2-3 matchup zone, which we don't. So I'm not going to get a lot of McMinn's man offense off that. Now I can see McMinn's defense, McMinn Central. So I've learned to watch a couple films. Ashley can tell you, we prepare for about every team we play, don't we? We prepared at 2:15. For 20 minutes, we went over some things Baylor were going to do before we got on the bus and went down there. And they did what we thought they were going to do. But it's put more work on a coach. You're right. It used to be you'd go mail somebody a film. You had to overnight it, or I'd meet you at Sweetwater halfway from Bearden, and we'd trade films. And you'd get home and you'd watch one film, and then you had to play. But now, if you're not putting in the time and the other guy is, imagine if I know your 5 favorite out of bounds plays, I know your 6 of your favorite set plays, and you don't know mine, and we're defending those in practice. Mm-hmm. But look at the turnaround. Oh, yeah. I got home last night at 9:15, time I parked the bus and got out of here, and I hadn't ate dinner. I sat down. I ate a quick sandwich, sat down and tried to watch video at 10:15. I stayed up till 11:30 watching Farragut of a scrimmage game at Lebanon. And I went to bed, brushed my teeth, went to bed at 11:30, 11:40, and I'm back at school at 7:45. And there I'm doing an interview with you, and I got to get ready for practice today, and then we play tomorrow. So it's just boom, 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 boom.
Never ending.
It's quick. Yeah.
In good programs, it's basically a 365-day-a-year job in a lot of ways. You can't do certain things, I know, but you've got off-season weightlifting and training and speed work and things like that.
People say we practice year-round. We don't practice year-round.
No.
There's a couple months out of the year I don't even see them. And then even if you don't play another sport like Ashland does, I've got you back when school starts back. We do weight training and after-school open gym. But there's not too many days go by that I don't have a phone call, text. There's not a day goes by that I don't think about the Bearettes program. And not many days that I don't have to do some type of corresponding about the Bearettes, whether it's scheduling, or it's an issue with a player, or parent contacted me. It may be something as simple as a certain class they want their kid in.
Right.
Hey, guess who they call?
Yeah.
Me.
Well, you're
or
like
Coach
the,
Tinsley, or
the pseudo parent in this situation,
Well-
you know, in a lot of cases, you know.
besides their own mom and dads and the siblings, maybe, we spend more time together than anybody else.
Yeah, you sure do.
I've got 2 daughters, and one's married and lives in Chattanooga, and one's a sophomore at UTK. And I will spend more time with this girl right here this year than I will either one of those, because of we've got this thing called Bearette basketball in common.
Yep. Let's talk, you said something about schedule. Let's talk about what's coming up. We'll not be doing a program next week since it's the fall break or the Thanksgiving break, but tomorrow night, we already mentioned you got a tough Farragut team coming in here. Going to be a tough game for you on our floor. We got 4 games set, actually. Girls JV, I think, at 4:30. And then the boys JV.
Against
No,
Farragut?
tomorrow night. No, that's
tomorrow
just-
night's just 6. Girls
mid-
varsity at 6.
Yep.
Boys varsity at 7:30.
But next Monday's when I'm thinking ahead.
Monday
do
we
have
will
a 4
play
game
at
set.
3:30, 4:30. Girls JV at 3:30. Boys JV at 4:30. Varsity girls at 6, and then varsity boys at 7:30.
The boys will be in Maryville for boys only, a couple of games Saturday in the Maryville Classic up there. And then also next week, Black Friday they call it, we've got the Bearettes Classic here at Bradley with teams coming in. Just 4 teams. There'll be a classic, and you'll swap opponents. And
Yep.
Tell us about that a little bit too.
It's been, I can't remember, 23rd, 22nd, 23rd year. You've been to all of them, I think. I can't imagine. If you've been-
22nd, I think it will be.
You've actually did the PA for every one I think I've coached, and you might have went on a cruise one time. I can't remember, but this is the first time we've not really had some type of tournament. There's been times we haven't had 8, but we'd have 6, but we'd still do a tournament format.
Yep.
The thing about a tournament, a lot of fans out there may not know, if you do a tournament, you can play. You get so many games a year, you get to play 2 tournaments. You can play as many games as you want in a tournament. Does that make sense? Most tournaments are 3. A Greenville tournament we're going to is 4. You could play in a tournament that's got 6 games. If the
Counts as 1 in the eyes of the TWS.
counts as one of your 2 tournaments you're allowed to play in.
Right.
And but the kicker is they get 18% of your gate, of your gross, right off the top.
Yeah.
I'm not dodging the tournament because of the 18%.
Oh, no. Just
I'm
couldn't
doing
get the
it because
teams.
We couldn't get teams come, and
Yeah.
so we got on the Friday after Thanksgiving, we play East Hamilton at 2:00 right here at Jim Smitty Arena, and Cleveland plays University School at 3:30. I don't know anything about them. They're out of Johnson City. It's a small school, but it's been around a long time. I know that she called me back in July, and I penciled her in, and it's just the way the cookie crumbled. Now I know that I looked at their record after I talked to her. They had a very bad record last year, but I don't know if she could have somebody moving in. I don't know what she's coming down here with. I've never met the lady. I've never played them. And then on Saturday we play University High at 2, and Cleveland plays East Hamilton at 3:30.
And East Ham is no longer a district opponent. Folks should know that.
No,
now.
they're not. But we do play them regular season down there, and next year they're going to return the game. But if you want to watch some, pretty cheap entertainment, if you want to watch the Bearettes, we play it. Just remember this: we play at 2:00 on Friday. We play at 2:00 on Saturday,
Okay.
and it's pretty easy to remember. Cleveland plays 3:30 and 3:30.
And we hope we have a big house back. Go do your shopping. Eat all that turkey on Thursday. Eat the leftovers on Friday and Saturday. Go do your shopping. Ashland, you're going to be here for that. And we really look for a big year out of you. I know you've got to be excited about being a signee, the first signee this year for Bearettes. And I was asked this question just last night. Do you know how many girls you've signed in college?
Amy Tinsley knows that. She did the research. Sometimes the number gets exaggerated because we had 2 years we had no seniors.
Right.
So you see them same faces: Ryan Howard, 4 years. Your Anna Walker started 3 years. Rebecca Reuter. Brooke Copeland. Some of those kids just started and played so many years. We're somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah.
I'm proud. What I'm more proud of is not how many we send off, is how many finish.
Yeah.
The
We've had a bunch of
the
them.
class of 16, we had 5 seniors. All 5 graduated in 4 years, and some of them graduated cum laude. So a lot of people can start a race, but not a lot of people can finish.
That means with honors for you. Bradley graduates don't understand what cum laude means.
That's with honors, yes.
And Julia Gaither, magna cum laude, just this
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah, so
At
Julia
least.
Gaithers, and I had a kid text me yesterday wanting to call me Kaylin Withrow. Do you remember she played?
Oh,
She went to
yeah.
Auburn McGurn.
Absolutely.
She's got a job somewhere
Yep.
in Georgia coaching basketball. I think she's wanting to talk a little basketball with me. So I've got an appointment to talk to her today for probably 25, 30 minutes. And
remember her.
keep in mind, we got practice at 2:15 till 4:30, and so it's a busy time right there. I'm getting a phone call now.
Yeah.
That's probably a telemarketer, but it's
I
very
love those.
proud. I said it last week on here. I'm proud of her record. I'm proud of her wins. I want all that to keep going. But this girl will make me the most proud when I see her 10 years from now. And maybe she's, you know what? Maybe she
She may be working on you or me.
may be coaching. Yeah, she may be
She's
doing physical therapy on my bad knees. But that's when I'll be the proudest, when I look at this
Yeah.
girl and say, you know what? You finished the race. A lot of people go to college, but most don't finish. But she comes from good family. She's got good upbringing. Ashlyn is a dedicated, loyal girl. Whether she gets the job done or not, I know when I lay my head down at night, she's going to try her best. Mm-hmm. And she gets it done a lot. I'm just saying some people are afraid of failure. Like, if you're afraid of failure, you're in the wrong business, because you're going to fail a lot. You know how many people don't hit half their shots? Most of them.
Yep.
So this girl's going to get it done. I pray that she keeps walking in the faith with the Lord as she does right now, and that's something I'm proud of her. Ashlyn's a strong Christian young lady, and that's more important than winning basketball games.
Absolutely, no question about that. We want to thank you for being here today. Thank Ashlyn. Again, congratulations on signing with Carson Newman. We look forward to seeing how your career goes there. We got a whole season of Bearette basketball here first that you're going to play, and we're going to be heading toward that glass house, we hope, down the road there. But I'd like to thank Mr. Schroyer and his students here in the broadcast class at Bradley Central High School in Studio H12, where all of our shows are recorded. You can see these on YouTube and Facebook. Bradley Facebook, just simply search for BCHS Bear Network. They're there free for your viewing. They'll be there all year long. So we'll do this on a weekly basis as the season rolls along there. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'd like some feedback and get some comments there. We'll say until next time, this is Gary Ownbey saying so long for now. God bless, and go Bearettes.